Alright, so before we get into today's haberdashery and what have you, just want to point out something quick. One of the more recent changes in Frackin Universe added the official link to the wiki onto the title page. In case you're curious about the inner workings of Frackin Universe, then again, take a look at the Discord. Well, the official Discord to keep tabs with the dev team and general across the board stuffs. At that, the Mirahaze wiki will also have updates and be continually updated by the people who play the game and essentially get filled out over time with all the new items and mechanics and everything else that ends up getting added to Frackin Universe. That out of the way, Danakamara. My name is Sage Blake. I'm a wanderer, storyteller, artist, and mature, and I hate the update that came today, specifically for one reason. Most of the other stuff was fine. It's like, oh hey, a couple guns get nerfed because they're a little too broken. That's perfectly fine. A couple missions and other things get tweaked, also fine. But by far the biggest change of the most recent update, actually, there were two in that respect. The first, I'm fine with, because it makes a little more sense, and that is that the unlock for Noxium has shifted over from geology, like, you would see it normally around the end here, pretty much after Ethereum, but due to the new update, it's instead been shifted over to metaphysics. It took me a bit to actually figure out where its location was. It's right here. So yeah, the unlock for Noxium. As for Noxium gear, I don't see it on here, but I'm pretty sure that's, like, lumped into it. But more importantly, the second update for this week was a bit of a change with how the centrifuges and whatnot work. Before I could properly explain it, though, I should probably make my, Crap, I need a diamond. I need to head up to the ship for that. Or, I think I can head over to base 3 and more aptly show you what I mean. So, if you're aware, there are at least 3 or 4 different types of centrifuge, right? There's the industrial, the gas centrifuge, and whatnot. There have been a few tweaks as to how they work. Specifically, and this is actually going to sadden me because I'm going to need to spend some materials to make the best of it, the gas centrifuge has been nerfed. It's pretty much half the speed it was before. Do you see it moving? I do. Barely. So as a result, I need, like, another 1 or 2 of these in order to actually turn profit on water. However, while it has been slowed down drastically, it comes at a slight benefit. That being that the gas centrifuge, well, it has a better success rate on refunding materials. That's it. I kid you not, that's it. Meanwhile, the industrial centrifuge, if I remember correctly, is the weeniest of centrifuges, being able to mill materials at a much faster rate. But in exchange, it's pretty much guaranteed to give you crap in terms of items. So at that point, you need to decide, okay, do I want to mill through items faster, and actually mill through minerals faster with less power and get less rewards? or mill through things slower, and that means you're gonna need like 4 or 5 of the things to actually break even. Because as is right now, I'm actually going positive on water at a drastic rate. Like, so drastic, I even have to port water out of the first centrifuge into the second. And by the time that finishes, I've already got back, like, a third, if not half of the water that I took out. That should say something. And I really don't like that change. Frackin Universe has modified a lot of things with Starbound, and pretty much all of it has been for the better. But some of it has been a little questionable, I guess. Like, don't get me wrong, I get why things like this are necessary, because specifically to keep game balance in mind. And balancing a game is incredibly difficult. I have seen many examples of that in my time, and, well, as little of that time that is. And while I can disagree with a couple of the changes that have been brought in, I can make the best of it. And I also recognize that it's for the better. 5 Lunari Crystal, 4 Graphite, 2 Penumbrite Shards, 3 Protocyte. Okay, the graphene's gonna be taking a bit. Actually, it was Protocyte, Iridian, and what else? Lunari, okay. Lunari, Protocyte, and Penumbrite. In terms of things that I've been doing in between last week and now, well, my usual 7,000 mil of ether dust, and that's almost it. Like, I did invest in a couple recipes, specifically to advance mineralogy and whatnot. Mineralogy? I mean geology. Specifically... Actually, no, wait, it wasn't geology. Bah! It was armor and weapons. I've bought out these 3 trees right here to get up to Tritanium. I've bought out Flesh Armor and Quietus. And other than that, not exactly much else. Mostly because I've been trying to figure out how to jury-rig a solution to my sudden and drastic upgrade in water production. Well, the rate of water production. So you should have shards in here, right? I'm completely blind. I got Protocyte. That'll solve that need. That'll settle that. And now I need is the graphene, which is going to require carbon plates. Which means I'm gonna probably need to mill a whole bunch of carbon. And the, I could have sworn I had Penumbrite Shard. Yeah, there it is. That's Radium, never mind. I don't know why I don't see the shards in here. Oh well, I could fix that. I've also milled up pretty much all the hard rocks that I've been getting along the way. Got those materials. Got a whole bunch more mineral as a result. Let's see, I think I need... that much, really. Not even. And... now all that's left... oh, right. That I've also noticed, the powder sifter and rock crusher and whatnot, hell, even the centrifuges, have all been affected by the amount of power I've been producing lately, too. Whenever these fans are running, they run at ludicrous speed, pretty much the original speed that they were originally running at. When the fans aren't working, however, everything slows to a crawl, so I'm gonna have to consider getting a third reactor, probably. Just so I can output enough power to keep these things running at cap capacity. Because without that, it's glacial. Or at least compared to what I've been becoming used to, it's glacial. I forgot to put in the, ore. Jeez. That'll settle that. Why did I not see it? Oh my gods, I'm wholly blind. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Wow, I am blind. There we go. Now for carbon plates and what have you. Because if I remember correctly, graphene is like carbon plate and something else. Maybe it was lead? But since I can't buy them anymore, I need to make them, and that's gonna be fairly expensive, actually. Go figure. Ugh. Wow, I'm feeling strangely gassy. Anyway. I need something to throw in here. You. That'll be done in like 3 seconds, since it mills like 250 oxygen at a time. Incredibly lossy. Like, really. Alright. Graphene. Hydrogen, so when did this get expensive? So the sulfuric acid and hydrogen. So I'm gonna need to beam down to that planet again. Oy. Because all my sulfuric is downstairs. I'm blanking hard. Okay. Okay, so just the sulfuric acid, the hydrogen. I can make the carbon plates up here. In the meantime, since we're gonna be waiting here for a little bit, current progress with the next LP once Magmetal Episode 0 rounds out, and I'm guessing that it'll probably be done by mid-December. Depends on how much shit the arena gives, well, the remaining, like, probably 2 or 3 arenas gives me. But that won't take too long, hopefully, and yeah. As for episodes proper, I do need to get down to recording a bunch more, and I honestly don't know whether I should run both the base playthrough with Zangetsu and the randomizer with Miriam at the same time. I'm thinking about it, but that's going to be a lot of work on my end to make that happen, and I honestly don't know if I can do it. I'll try, but if things end up getting slowed down as a result of it, I'll probably abandon that and just, I don't know, alternate episodes per week. Right, hydrogen, and... I'll take care of my hydrogen need. And the other thing I needed was sulfuric acid, to which I do have some. To make the liquid mixing go a little faster, I've been pouring over little bits of grav fluid and sulfuric, just to so I can have a little more of the ether dust to mill. I'm at least trying to think of efficiency. Whether it's successful or not, I'll get back to you. Alright, let's make graphene. I think that was the only gate on that. Just in case, let's double check materials again, because I used to have a pen and pad that I take notes on, but apparently it just disappeared. Rather, read as mechanical pencil and note cards. Hey, when I do homework for a game, I do homework. Or at least within reason. There we go. Now that one's settled. Next up should be the antimatter, to which I need 6 dense alloy. I'm doing all of this work right now specifically so I can have something that will give me more vitality when I eventually go to fight the final boss. And also, we have an immunity field chip now, so we shouldn't have to rely on the shell, at least for a little bit. So let's see here. Dense alloy. Don't have any in stock, so I'm going to need to make it. And that settles that. And one spare just in case, because, let's face it, I'm eventually going to find something that requires dense alloy, and the moment that happens, it's better to have a little on me than none. Right, I do want to try to get the replicator working, see how that works at some point, but I don't think it's mandatory, let alone necessary right now, so I'll probably just leave it as decoration in base 3 for now. Alright, antimatter. And now I should be able to go up to the quadrant, which is the end-all, I believe. 5 Ethereum, 2 particle cores, helium, and focusing arrays. I have the focusing arrays. All the others is the issue. So 2 particle cores, 5 Ethereum alloy. Well, that's the Ethereum alloy. I have 1 particle core, so I'm gonna need to make another. I think I needed like 40 helium. Oh, right, and the focusing arrays. To which I think I have them in here. No. That might be a problem. Alright. Okay, so what do I need for a focusing array? 2 plasmic crystal, 2 advanced alloy. So 4 apiece. I'll settle those. And for a particle core, 4 trianglium, 2 unstable particles. To which I think I'm gonna need to make the unstable particles. Yeah. I think that requires some uranium. Never mind, Neptunium, helium again. 2 Neptunium, helium, deuterium. So now all I need is like 42 helium. I think I have some back on base 1. Or, sorry, base 3, I should say. If I don't, then I think I know of a couple moons around that I could mill up moonstone and process that for. I mean, that'll take longer, but at least I'll have it at that point. And that's the bigger issue. And the verdict is... Yep, I've got some. That should settle that. Now to make that particle core, and then my end-all quantum pack. I'll mill that out. Because of course I forget to bring enough materials together for the first time around. It's just a standard for me. And particle core. And there we go, the last backpack I'll ever wear. Because at this point, there is pretty much nothing that will beat that in terms of its usability. At least, once I put the chip on it. So to that end, do I still have that chip on me? Answer, I don't think I do. Should be on the ship, hopefully. Oh, it does create a small glow. Nice. Never mind, it's right here. Immunity field. So, now I have immunity to deadly heat, deadly cold, which normally the thermal shell would have given me, as well as a whole mess of other things. This is the end-all be-all backpack. I mean, hell at that, it's also giving me a boost to my stats, so that's gonna be useful. Actually, how much do my stats go up by? Oh, it's just energy? But even then, 185 energy is nothing to sneeze at. Means I can use my weapons for that much longer. So now... what to do next? Let's start with... let's take a look at my research stuff quick. 10,000 research on me. What can I invest in? And at that, what is important to invest in? I think armor and weaponry. So to that end, probably this tier. 5 tritanium. I think that was the materials for that? No? Durasteel. Oops. There we go. Pretty sure I grabbed Durasteel game. Oh, I did need the triangle. Ay, ay, ay. So what did I grab that was ancillary? It's not my business. Make that quick. Research that. Get access to a few more recipes. Then... Helium, Ferrozium, Aegis Salt. I think I could research, like, 2 of those right off the bat. Not exactly all of them. And I need 10. There we go. That's 1. 2. And can't get the 3rd quite yet. So the next thing I want to try And out of boredom, yes. Don't ask. It was gonna happen at some point. I want to get that extra madness mission just to show it off at this point, because I've already completely wiped madness stuff. Actually, technically, I've gotten all the madness recipes. I haven't used pretty much any of them because I lack the materials. And to get access to those materials, I need to meddle around with this mission longer than I want to. I'm screaming. Like, actually screaming. Because I'm sick of this monkey fighting mission in this Monday to Friday game. It is the worst thing since our current presidency. And for those who don't follow US politics, thank you. Please, just thank you. Don't involve yourself in this shit. It's for your sanity. What the hell? I don't think I've ever seen that data cube before. Let's see, steal that, because at least some of this I can sell for cash. Two. A little bit of research. Flip the first switch. Deal with this prick. I can gain access to that, but I can't really take advantage of it quite yet. Oh my god. Maybe I should just go to the front lines already. Alright, time to have the VOD muted again because some bastard on Spotify says, hey, guess what? I'm claiming copyright on this obvious remix of something that is owned by Capcom and is in no way whatsoever related to me normally. But you know what? I'm just going to claim it because, hey, like, really now, that still pisses me off, and that's actually, believe it or not, one of the reasons why I've been avoiding this mission like the plague. Because I don't earn money off of any of my videos right now, but that's true, but at the same right, it's the principle of the matter, you know? It's like, say a person gets money for stealing something. Because that's essentially what it is in that case. A person bought it. A person, let alone a bot, VOD flagging a remix of a song that they wouldn't own normally. And for the most part, remixes end up making sure to cite the originals. In this case, and at that, they also aren't allowed, let alone supposed to, copyright flag other people's content, because a remix isn't, well, it is your original work, but it's not your original work. It's a remix. It's taking someone else's work and changing it. Maybe I'm missing something, I'll fully admit to that, but I feel like it just highlights how jank YouTube's flagging system is.